What's going on, my fellow rock and rollers? Don't forget to hit the bell notification icon to be notified every time I put out a new video on my channel. This day and age, sampling has become commonplace, and it's much harder for musicians to lift or use other artists' music without permission because of the internet. That wasn't the case in the 80s and 90s, as artists wouldn't even know their music had been used without permission until they heard it on the radio. So what happened when rapper Vanilla Ice ripped off the rock band Queen? And what was Freddie Mercury's reaction? Stay tuned to find out. I had previously talked about Led Zeppelin not even knowing that their music was sampled by the Beastie Boys on their debut record, Licensed to Ill, and their follow-up, Paul's Boutique. And while they could have pursued legal action against the trio, they didn't. If you guys want to learn about the full story, the link is down below to that video. That wasn't the case for the rock band Queen and Vanilla Ice. They settled their dispute very differently. Rapper Vanilla Ice became a household name in the early 90s because of his song Ice Ice Baby. The rapper claimed he came up with the track years prior in 1983 when he was in high school. The song was notable because it was the first hip-hop song in history to top the Billboard Hot 100 charts. It would start a trend that persists to this very day. Even though Vanilla Ice made history, he still had his detractors, with some accusing him of cultural appropriation. He also embellished his rap credentials, claiming he grew up on the rough streets of Miami and won motocross championships for Honda, when in fact he grew up in the suburbs of Dallas, had a middle-class upbringing, and Honda had never heard of him before. When a Dallas morning news show checked his claims and confronted the rapper, his response was, "None of your expletive business." Apparently, Ice's record label helped concoct the story of his rough upbringing to give the rapper more street cred. That wasn't the only problem for Vanilla Ice, as even though the internet wasn't around in 1990, people immediately noticed the similarities between the Dallas-born rapper song Ice Ice Baby and the 1981 Queen and David Bowie collaboration Under Pressure. They shared pretty much the same bass line, and Vanilla Ice never credited Queen and David Bowie, so they never ended up making any money off the song's royalties initially. Vanilla Ice claimed he didn't sample Queen directly because he added extra beats to the bass line. Here's him explaining himself so eloquently.
We sampled them from him, but it's not the same bass line. Like he goes ding 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 diggy ding ding, ding 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 diggy ding ding, ding ding ding. That's the way theirs goes. Ours goes ding 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 diggy ding ding, ding 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 diggy ding.
Only a few years ago, we learned former Queen frontman Freddie Mercury's reaction to Ice Ice Baby from his former assistant Peter Phoebe Freestone, who recounted Mercury's first time hearing the song on his official blog. Freestone would claim Freddie thought he was listening to Under Pressure at first, and as reality set in, he seemed more confused and puzzled than angry, remembering he carried on eating his breakfast and suddenly stopped, frowning. I thought there was a problem with his food, but he said no. He started listening intently and couldn't believe his ears. He was smiling when he said he couldn't believe what he was hearing, a blatant ripoff. According to Freestone, Mercury then proceeded to call the band's manager, and according to his former assistant, left it at that, always remembering that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. How did the other members of Queen react to the ripoff? Well, they weren't as positive as Mercury, as Roger Taylor would talk about the issue in this interview.
Interesting. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. I heard all about it from friends in America. And I thought, what? That's incredible. And, I mean, there's no song there. It's just the riff. That's the hook. Very great. Thank you. You know, I mean, as long as he gives away some of the publishing, because obviously that he didn't write that. You know, he actually took it from a record with David Bowie, which was written between all five of us. So, I mean, I'm pleased it's a hit for him. And, but as long as I think he was wrong when he said it. I think he was, at one point, he was denying that it was even part of it. That it was, I mean, I don't like the record very much, but he's a white rapper from Florida. Great, you know, with a funny haircut.
During an LA Times interview in 1991 with guitarist Brian May, he would say the following about Vanilla Ice. At first, I looked at it as a big joke. Someone's played Ice's single for me, and I said I don't think it was that good, but I don't think anyone was going to listen to it, so I worry about it. But then I was told it was about to be #1 in the United States, and I thought, my God, is this what music has come to? He was a naughty boy for not asking us first whether he could use the song. We weren't going to get any money from it, but Hollywood Records, which had just bought our catalog, got upset and sued his record company, and a settlement is in the works. So he's out there earning money for us. I'm not the best judge of a song like Vanilla Ice is because rap doesn't really appeal to me. When it comes to music, I'm really narrow-minded and bigoted. I like real songs with singing and music and loud guitars, not what rap has to offer, he'd say. And by 1993, things seemed to have settled down as the band and rapper would reach an out-of-court settlement, and during a 1993 appearance on the Howard Stern radio show, May would change his tune saying how the rap song exposed Queen to a new audience, saying, "In the end, it was very good for us because a lot of people went, ah, so that's where that comes from. So a lot of people who would have never heard of Queen because of that," he'd say. And the story didn't end there though, as in 2017 during an appearance on the Dan Patrick Show, Vanilla Ice told the radio host he didn't share songwriting credits with Queen, instead claiming he purchased the song Under Pressure from both David Bowie and Queen. The rapper also claimed he was acting like a jackass back in the day when he denied he sampled Queen. The rapper would tell Dan Patrick, "I ended up actually buying the song," referring to Under Pressure. It was actually David Bowie and Queen, so they didn't have the actual rights to it. So I went to Brian May and bought the song. I actually own the song. Like Michael Jackson owns the Beatles, it was cheaper than a lawsuit, he'd claim. Queen immediately responded to this claim, putting out a statement to Ultimate Classic Rock that the rapper doesn't own Under Pressure, and would also state an arrangement was made whereby the publishing of the song, referring to Ice Ice Baby, was shared. So that does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like button and subscribe. If you guys have suggestions for future topics, let me know in the comment section below.